Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. As we're heading into the weekend, I'm sure most of you at least will be happy, at least those of you who don't have to work tomorrow and Sunday. Well, I'm not one of those because I also work on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, pretty sure I will. As you know, because every Sunday we've got our member live stream, our get together. Okay, so if you want to spend some MCO time on the weekend, feel free to check out the membership. On Sunday there's going to be an interesting live stream topic again. Yeah, what is Bitcoin doing? I mean, today it seems like even the meme coins took a day off today. There wasn't much going on, and I guess the weekend will be boring. Okay, so we have not even seen a sell-off today. I mean, last Friday at least we saw a bit of a move down, and the Friday before as well. Can't locate them here, but yeah, we had here on the 14th of June we had this sell-off, and on the 7th of June we had this sell-off. Seems like in this range, like we had very rapid movements up and down, and now we seem to have started another period of consolidation, short-term consolidation here, and there is just not much going on. So the idea is we are very, very close here potentially to the end of this local correction, which started here on the 7th of June. We have an A wave down, we have a B wave up, and we could have basically completed or nearly completed the C wave down. Until today, we've been watching for one more low. That one more low happened. I mean, again, I continue to watch for another low until we get a first upside 5-wave pattern. It could be an impulse or a diagonal, but now with that latest low, I mean, the downside, you know, could be complete, okay? It literally could be complete. We've got all the waves in place that we need to call this move down completed. It is considered an ending diagonal, yeah, this C wave to the downside. And we have a nice, that was the dog, in case you heard a weird noise there, just lying next to me. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we have a 3-wave move up into the 20th of June high. Here's the Thursday high. Very clear corrective move. It's an ABC structure. And then this 5th wave to the downside is also an ABC because we are dealing with a corrective structure. And this is sort of, yeah, now a period where I'm just watching for a first possible upside reaction. I need to see a break above 64,480 to at least call that a first break of resistance. My concern is that throughout the weekend we might not see much action. So this year, the reaction that we've had from today's lows, that's just clearly corrective, just 3 waves up, and we have an overlap as well between this high and this low. So what are the parameters to watch out for on the weekend? I mean, we have next Fibonacci support at 62,620, 62,880, and 63,317. And then we have resistance at 64,144 and 64,480. So these are at least Fibonacci support and resistance levels. Before we talk about the wave count further, let me remind you that tomorrow I'm going to send out the weekly newsletter, the MCO Weekly. So you've got something to read on the weekend. If you want to register, there's a link in the description. It's of course a free newsletter, but there's lots of value in it. You can also go to our website, mcoglobal.com, and then go to resources, and under the newsletter tab, you can register for the newsletter, or you need to put in your name and email. And then you will get the newsletter at some point tomorrow, but you obviously need to do it before I send it out. So feel free to do that. Again, there is a direct link to that form in the video description. So I'm going to cover one specific cryptocurrency in that newsletter again. Plus all sorts of other content. But yeah, this is overlapping sideways action. I don't have a very good read on what the microstructure could be. I mean, there are just too many options here to count this, which is why I've added the resistance area. For example, it could even be that all of this is an A wave, that we're now working on a B wave and then come down once more in wave C, but that's possible. In that case, we might even see a break above initial resistance. A break above the initial resistance area here only indicates that some kind of a low is in place. Now it would be, for example, an A wave low then, or all of the larger B wave already. But this is really, I mean, there isn't really much I can say. I don't want to give you a wave count that's basically not reliable. So we'll leave it like that. I say the minimum requirements for this decline are fulfilled, but until there is a first small impulse to the upside or a diagonal pattern, which would also be a 5-wave move, there isn't really anything positive I can give you here, any bullish outlook. We shouldn't get too excited too early. I mentioned to you in the last update that a washout would be probably really good. You know, another drop, maybe a capitulation event would be really good for further upside, because it would just sort of, you know, get that last flush done, get all the weekends out of the market, build a base for the next rally. Now, in our white wave count, the price should really not break below 62,540. But if it does, then we have the main support area just underneath. So I'm watching for two scenarios, as you might know. I mean, the white count is the one where, yeah, we should really turn around very, very soon. Bitcoin should really start to think about a turnaround. Not visible at this stage. And if we turn around from here, we could get to 76K in the third wave. Now, if we don't, then the price is likely going to come down in this yellow C wave, okay, which is not very clear because this is not impulsive to the downside, but it could be a diagonal pattern again. And then if we talk about, okay, what would be a target range down here? So we have our main support area, which hasn't really moved in 2 to 3 months. So that's very, very stable. But if we look at downside fib levels, I mean, the C wave to the downside should target 58,180 to 55,340. Okay, so there is a good there's a good overlap there, a strong overlap, and yeah, just probably good support around that 55.4K level, and the 58K level will be the first main one in that C wave to the downside. But if we really move down in yellow wave C, it's likely that we reach one of these levels. But that could be like a small mini capitulation and then turn around there. I mentioned to you in the last update as well that on the daily chart, we're not oversold yet on the daily RSI, but when that happens and we're not far away, then it's typically a really, really good signal to buy. Could be one of the last times to really accumulate in this bull market before we get closer to 100K. But yeah, it is not very interesting at the moment. I know it's not, but that is just part also of a bull market to see that multi-month sideways consolidation. It just takes patience. So that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.